Hello, and thank you for joining me for this demonstration of how to manage groups within the Horizon Contact admin portal. In this video, we're going to demonstrate the proper process for adding a user to a user group and also assigning skill levels and what the skill levels mean. As you can see on my screen, I'm currently signed in with my user on the Horizon Contact portal. I am both an agent and a system administrator. So I've just put myself into a busy reason code just to make sure that whilst I'm making administrative changes, I'm not receiving calls from any queues that I'm associated to. You can see I'm at busy. What I'm going to do in the top left corner of the screen is just select the more options. And as you can see, again, being a system administrator, I've got quite a lot of options within here. But we're under this first subcategory of staff. You'll see the second option down is group. So I'm just going to select that. And we can then see my group at the top, Project Engineers Test Group. And we can see within the main kind of body of the screen, there's some configurable options within here. So we're assigning a name to the group here. We can also assign a description, for other system administrators or for reference at a later date. What we can then see just underneath that is the user list. So by selecting the settings icon, we'll see all of the licensed users that we have. We can then tick the box to say they are a member of this group, and then we can assign a skill level to them. So the idea being behind skill levels is the more stars you have, the higher the priority you are. Now, because there's only myself as a licensed agent, it doesn't actually matter what my skill level is. I'm the only one that's taking calls presently. But if we had more than one licensed agent in this group, we can then prioritize within the group who should receive the majority of the calls by adding a higher skill level to that particular agent. So that's the idea behind the skill levels. It's as sort of linear as the more stars you have, the higher your priority would be against other members of the group that have fewer stars, for example. So let's go ahead and give 5 stars there. External destination list is just if we were assigning external endpoints to this group to be contacted. Generally, we don't do that because it's removing a call from the contact center, but there are certain circumstances where we need to do that. So for the most part, that will be ignored. But the idea being that we can, rather than having a licensed agent, we could input a external destination for calls to this group to be, effectively transferred to or distributed to. Underneath that, we've got some options. So set the agent to available automatically after login. Now, if we didn't want that, we could just uncheck that, and then they'll have to manually make themselves available by selecting the tick icon. Generally, we leave that on. Set agent active for all queues after login. So if this particular agent group was associated to multiple queues, we're basically saying when they log in, they're available in all of those queues. Now, depending on the agent's permissions, they may be able to control their availability within the different queues that the agent group that they're associated to is applied to. So, if we were set like this, we're only available within the PE demo queue. The next day when I log in, because this icon is checked behind, both of those would be ticked to say available. The apply when logged out for more than X minutes is essentially a way of you saying, okay, we're saying set agent active for all queues, but we've given them permission to say whether they're available or not within these queues. So we don't want to, make them available again if they've specified that they're unavailable, immediately. So we might say, okay, after they've been logged out for 120 minutes to make them, if they've been logged out for 2 hours or more, then next time they log in, they'll be available in all queues. Okay. So that's an agent group. All we need to do really, or the main thing that we're managing is who's a member of the group and what skill level they are, generally speaking. These settings generally are sort of set and forget. So once you've done them, you don't really have to make changes to them, but just a little bit of information about what they are and what you can do with them. In this video, we've demonstrated how to add an agent to an agent group or a user group, and then how to assign skill levels to them and some of the configurable options within that particular group. Within another video, we'll demonstrate applying this group to a queue so that this group can actually receive calls from said queue. Thank you for watching this demonstration.